Hello, welcome back. I have wanted to film this video for at least 2 weeks. And, well, maybe not this particular video, but I've wanted to film a video for forever, it seems. And things just keep getting in the way, and it doesn't matter if I block out time to film, something always comes up. So, here I am, and I've had enough. And so it is almost midnight, and you are going to get fresh out of the shower, wet hair, ratty t-shirt, Brent, and I'm going to do Simon's tag. That is Tarot Tubers A to Z, I believe. So, let's just jump right in. So, A is for age. I am 29. I will be 30 in July. And I'm kind of iffy about it. Like, I halfway don't care at all, and the other half of me is like, I don't want to tell anyone, I don't want to talk about it, let's pretend like it doesn't exist. My favorite book, I don't know that I have a favorite book, honestly. The last book that I read was Lily Allen's autobiography, and I really, really enjoyed it. And it was, like, really lighthearted and just, like, a fun little easy read, and I liked it. C is for career, what I thought I would be, or what I wanted to be as a child versus what I am today. And growing up, I always wanted to be either an artist or I wanted to be like a baker / do pastry, make cakes, that kind of thing. And I grew up and went to pastry school, and now I'm a chef. So, I guess, sort of, they're the same. I mostly bake and do pastry things on the side. My full-time job is working with more savory foods at a country club here. Actually, in the town that I grew up, it's probably like 20 minutes from here. And it's fun, and I like it. There just isn't a lot of pastry jobs in this area. My dream is it's like two. I kind of have two dreams that could work together as one. So number one, my first dream, and probably my one dream I've had to pick, is to own my own little pastry shop. And, like, I wouldn't want a menu or anything like that. I just want to go into my little shop and make whatever I feel inspired to make and sell it until it's gone, and then that's it. And I don't necessarily need to, like, be rich or make a ton of money from it. I just think it'll be fun to just be creative in my own way every single day, in a different way, doing different things. It would never be boring. So that's my main dream. My second dream, truly, and I never thought I would ever say this because I couldn't imagine moving away from my family ever, but God forbid I had no family and it was just me. I would move to England, London specifically, in an absolute heartbeat. Like, I would drop everything and move there. I mean, my husband and I, which obviously I'll get to that later, but we honeymooned there in London and in Barcelona, and I have never felt more at home than when I got off of the subway there, the tube, I think is what they call it. Kelly Bear lives in London, I believe. If you watch this, Kelly, tell me, am I a psycho tourist who just picked that up from some stupid weblog? Or do you actually call it the tube? Anyway, just everything about the city was just like perfect for me. Like, I loved all of the shops, I loved all of the clothing, the style there, the people. I mean, just all of it. Every single thing that I did, everything I saw was just like, this is perfect. I don't need to leave. Like, I could have just stayed. My essential item, I went back and forth on this, and my essential item is probably my cell phone. Because, of course, everyone needs their cell phone. My entire life is my cell phone. My favorite RWS deck is the Albano Wade, but the vintage one. Not the... Even the 1988 edition that people still like, because I say the colors are better. The old edition, truly, the colors are better. This is one deck where I'm like, if you're interested in this deck, don't even bother with the current printing. It's shit. Don't bother with, like, the 1989 printing that you can sometimes find. You really have to just suck it up and get the original one, because the original Frankie Albano 1968 is beautiful, lovely. It's my favorite, and the colors are just like perfect. Gold or silver? I'm gonna say gold because my wedding band is gold and it is so special to me. So my husband wears his dad's wedding ring because his dad passed away when he was 11. And my wedding ring is my dad's wedding band. My dad is still with us, but he has had cancer twice, and the second time that he had cancer, he had a stroke. But the chemo, one of the side effects of the chemo that he was on was paralysis and similar symptoms to a stroke, so they didn't catch it, and it caused his left hand to kind of like, it just like swole a little. I guess it retained more water. I don't know exactly the explanation, but his ring didn't fit him anymore, so he let me wear it. And he wears my grandpa's because my grandpa had a larger ring finger than him. So we all have our dad's, or in my dad's case, father-in-law. We all have someone else's ring. But me and my husband both have my parents' wedding anniversary engraved inside and our anniversary engraved inside. So it's still both of ours. Like both our parents and ours. So I'm gonna go gold because of that. My height depends who you ask. My driver's license says 5'6", but I really think that's bullshit. I don't think I'm 5'6". I think I'm 5'5". But I mean, no one measures an adult's height, or maybe they do. I don't know. In Louisiana, they don't, or they haven't ever measured my height, so I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know. I'm going to say 5'5", because that seems reasonable, but I don't really know. My ideal day, I would say, would be spent thrifting / estate sales, kind of just relaxed, not any sort of agenda, or I don't want to plan anything. I don't like a day When I have a day off, the last thing I want is like, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z at this time, and then at this time we're gonna do this, this, and this, and I just, I don't want to think about it. I just want to do what I feel like doing. So that's my ideal day. I'll just do whatever I feel like. For a joke, I'll just tell you this. Lots of people have told me I'm funny. I like to think I'm funny. I'm not funny in a joke-telling kind of way. I'm funny usually because my timing is pretty good and I can be kind of witty. That is the secret to being funny, is timing, truly. But right after I saw this video and I knew I wanted to do it, I was at work and one of my coworkers' daughter happened to be at work with us sick. She was homesick from school. She's 8. So I'm going to just tell you the joke that she told me the day after I saw Simon's video. So here, this is a joke from an 8-year-old, and I'll tell you it took me 10 minutes to figure it out. It is what it is. So the joke is, what has a head and a tail but no body? 10 minutes it took me to guess this. The answer is a quarter. I felt so dumb. Like, of course it was a quarter. So K is for kids. We do not have any kids. My entire life have felt like I wanted kids and should be a dad, and I look like a dad. I feel like a dad. I dress like a dad, but I don't have kids yet. I think we are gonna adopt eventually, but for now, none. Living arrangements. We bought our house 3 years ago. We live here, and my sister-in-law actually lives with us. My husband and my sister-in-law and all of their family are originally from Austin, Texas, and so Josh, that's my husband, moved here to go to LSU, Louisiana State University. That's where we met. And his sister also moved here to go to school, and it was easier just to let her live with us. So it's fun, it's convenient. I really like her. She's I'm 29, Josh is 27, and Kara is 23. So we're not that big a difference in age. She's a lot of fun. She keeps me hip and cool and tells me all the fun things I should be doing and seeing and all that. Alright, my favorite Marseille deck is the Piotnik Win Tarot. I will, I'm sure, do a video on this. It is, I mean, when I say absolutely massive, it is hugely thick. Like, this is standard tarot. This is the size of it. Giant. But the art is so cool. It's right up my alley. I don't read Marseille at all. Ever. I never pick up this deck, but I love it. And all the suits are like color-coded. These are the backs. The whole style, all of it is just fantastic. Okay, so N is for nicknames. I only really have 2. My mom, when I was very little, called me Sugar Bear. So that's cute and fun, and I love it. And I don't know exactly where she got that from, but I was in World Market around the holidays, and they had a sucker that was called Sugar Bear, and it was like a giant gummy bear. Not gummy, but like that's what it looked like. And it was called Sugar Bear, and it was so cool. I loved it. I brought them to my parents because that's what they called me. Um, Other than that, a very small group of people call me Brantley. My husband has called me Brantley as long as I've known him. And then my best friend on the entire planet, Susie, she really is more like my sister. We're exactly the same age, like days apart. We've known each other literally since daycare. Um, she calls me Brantley too, and I've had a couple of coworkers before, like really stick with that, and I never really understood why, because like they just assumed that Brant was short for Brantley, but it's like, why would you shorten that? Um, okay, my favorite Oracle. I don't really use Oracle like just alone. I usually use it in conjunction with the tarot, but I do have an Oracle deck that I use by itself, and it is the Moon Oracle by Carolyn Smith and John Astrop. And I absolutely adore it. The system, I'm not gonna lie, is a little strange. Not strange, it's just like, it's not your typical, like, just pull a card type deal. There are cards for moon, like all 8 moon phases in water, air, earth, and fire. And then there are goddesses, and then there are houses. And there's an entire way of, you don't just randomly pick the card. Like, you look at the phase that the moon is in, the sign that it's in, and like what. Oh, and here is little Rosemary. Always, I swear, she always wants to be in the video. You gonna say hello? No. Oh well. So I use that usually for the 8 phases. Anytime the moon changes, I have kind of slacked off in the last few months. Honestly, I probably do it mostly for a new moon and a full moon these days. Okay, P is for something I am passionate about. I am passionate about individuality, freedom of speech. I don't really like being censored. I don't find, I mean, there's a very select few words or phrases that I find offensive, and those, those things are, I think, universally considered offensive. So, there are things I don't say and I wouldn't say, but I don't, for the most part. I mean, can you even, like, no reason. She, like, sees the setup and then is like, okay, I'm here. Yeah, so individuality, freedom of speech. I'm passionate currently about politics, though I try to not push my views onto people, but I think in our current political climate, it's important to be passionate about it because I don't know if you've looked around in the United States, but I mean, things could be better, to say the least. My favorite quote, I think, goes along great with my passion for individuality, and it's a quote by RuPaul, who I adore, and the quote is, "What other people think about me is none of my business." And I think if people could take that approach more often, it would be beneficial to all parties. My relationship status, by now, I'm sure you have figured out that I am gay. That's not the damn question. That's not the question. The question is relationship status. I'm married. So, yeah, I'm married. Jesus. It is almost midnight / after midnight by now. My favorite season is winter, but my winter in South Louisiana is everyone else's fall. So it's what we consider cold. The rest of the country is like, that's a cool day. It's lovely, like a light jacket, and these people are out in like a full-blown parka. Like, if it gets to 60 degrees here, you can guarantee you're gonna see Ugg boots, a big puffy parka, like freezing everywhere. And it's like, y'all, it's 60 degrees. Like, this is comfortable. So, my winter, your fall. That's my favorite season. Tarot, my first and my last. My first tarot is that dinky little one that is just like a pip deck. It's like tiny and square. I don't even know the name of it. Everyone either has it, has seen it, has had it, got rid of it. It was at like Barnes & Noble at the front, right by the registers. You can get it pretty much anywhere. I've never read with it. I don't like it. I kept it since it was my first, and I'm sentimental, but my last tarot decks that I have gotten, I'm going to tell you about two of them because I bought them on the same day and they came in on the same day, so I'm considering them the same, even though they didn't come from the same person. So the first one is a Samuel Weiser mini deck, which is just like beyond cool. I really did not think I would ever find this. And then I did. So no copyright, like fully papery cards, like a dream to shuffle. Love it, love it, love it. Got it for a great price. I didn't know it was a Samuel Weiser. All I could see was the that the cards didn't have a copyright, and that was it. The other dream deck that I got, that I won for literally $20, amazing find, is a Samuel Weiser that is sealed in the plastic. Like, what? So, those are my latest purchases. This fucking cat, I swear. What are you doing? Oh, Jesus. Animals. What you gonna do? Love them to death. What upsets me most? What upsets me most currently is hearing people talk about our current president like nothing is wrong or a problem, not because it's not wrong or a problem, but because they aren't educated about why the things that he says and does are problematic. And it's sad. It's sad to me, and it frustrates me, and it upsets me when people are not educated on issues, but they have opinions on issues. I think that's the best way to put it. Vlog, the one that I'm most proud of, and the one that is the most popular. The one I'm the most proud of is the Arcus Arcanum Tarot. Probably because I did the most research on that one, on that deck, and I loved the deck more than I thought I was gonna, and I loved it even more after I finished all of the research for it. Um, so that was probably my favorite. Chocolate milk. The most popular is my deck collection, which is unfortunate because my deck collection has gotten so much bigger since I made that video. Like, I really need to do an update. My weakness is, honestly, stray cats. I'm a crazy cat lady, truly. And nothing makes me more sad than seeing a stray cat. Like, it will ruin my night. It has made me cry. I have done what I could to save them, find new homes for them, and it's exhausting constantly seeing them because there's lots of stray cats in my area. So I'm going to say that. Stray cats are my weakness because I feel awful if I leave them. X-rated. Honestly, I had a really hard time thinking of an X-rated story to share. So instead, I'm going to tell you how I met my husband, and then you'll understand the X-rated part at the end. I think that's fair, and it's my channel, so I'm saying it's fair. And I don't think Simon will mind. So, I met my husband through one of our mutual friends. She was in college still. I was in culinary school. My best friend lived with her. And for months, she said, "Oh, I met this guy at school. He's brand new. His name is Josh. I think y'all would get along. It's going to be great." And let me just start by saying that gay people will understand what I'm saying here. And that is that every straight girl I've ever known before I was with Josh or married, every one of them had a gay friend that they just knew I was going to love and we were going to get along with. And it's like, girl, I'm not trying to get with every gay guy that you know. And just because we're gay doesn't mean we're going to get along or be compatible or any of that. So I put it off forever. I was like, no, it's fine. We're not doing that. I'm okay. I'll pass. I'm good. It's fine. Whatever. Then she had a birthday party and she invited him and she didn't tell me. And I don't think that she told him either. I never asked, honestly. But he showed up. She never told me who it was. She never pointed him out. Nothing. We met. It was a villain-themed costume party. And Josh came to the party dressed as chickenpox. He had taken a lipstick and like drawn little red dots all over his whole body. And it was hilarious because it took me a while to figure it out. But he basically was like, "Hey, can you show me where the bathroom is so that I can like fix these?" Because like some of them had smudged. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Stupid me. Had no idea that it was really just a ploy to get me alone away from the party. So I took him to my best friend's bathroom, which, like, the bathroom, you have to go through the bathroom to get to the bedroom, which is weird, but that's how it was. So basically, we went in the bathroom, and then we just ended up going into her bedroom, locking ourselves in the bedroom, and just, like, talking the whole night. And that was it. Of course, nobody else believed that that was it. And that's the X-rated part, is that people still today, when I talk about how we met and stuff, still today people are like, oh yeah, we know what y'all were doing. And it's like, no, like, that's not what we were doing. But, you know, it is what it is. So there's my X-rated, if you will, story. Y is for yesteryear or my favorite year gone by. I would say that my favorite year is 2018 because it is the year that I got married. It was the year that I went to Europe and fell in love with London. Also Barcelona. I know that I really have laid it in thick that I loved London, but Barcelona was absolutely amazing as well. London, I just like never wanted to leave. It's also the year that my brother got married, and it's also the year that my niece was born. And I adore her. Like, adore her. She is the best. So lots of great things happened in 2018. And Z is for Zen, and what do I do to relax and stay calm? So I do try to sit for at least 10 minutes in the mornings, and I try in the evenings to take 10 minutes, even if it's just in the shower where I'm just like not thinking and I'm just breathing and like that's it. But honestly, the thing that relaxes me the absolute most is once a week I usually go, it's either Tuesday or Wednesday. It happened to be Wednesday this week. I went this afternoon to my brother's house and we cook dinner together. It's just me and him and his wife and my niece, who is a year and a half. And I basically spend the evening just playing with her and doing all the fun things that my brother and sister-in-law are kind of like overdoing with her because they do it every day. And so it's exciting for my niece and for me to get to do all the silly things that she wants to do, and I still have patience for it because I have 6 days of recovery time before I do it again. And I can't explain it, but like the time that I'm with her, I don't even look at the clock. I don't think about time. I don't think about anything going on. I don't think about anything except my time with her and my time with my brother and my sister-in-law. So that's how I relax and kind of like zone out. And yeah. So it's been a long video. Hopefully I can edit a little of this down. And I have, let me show you. I have like so many decks that I'm researching and doing videos on. And these two will probably be the two that you see next. So hopefully I'll have more videos coming out in the next day or so. Thank y'all for sticking around through the cats and the chocolate milk slurping and the wet hair and the ratty shirt and the midnight brand. So thanks.